What's up, folks? Craft back here up on the tube, checking in as always. Today I got the Zombieland double tap review. But first, guys, be sure to subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up after you watch it. Now, for rule number 32, enjoy the little things. Okay, so Zombieland double tap. It's been 10 years since the original, guys. The first one was a huge hit. Fans have been waiting for a sequel since the first one dropped. I mean, these movies are clever. They kind of seem like fan films. They really give the people what they are looking for: gore, humor, and of course pop culture references being the main ingredient. The Zombieland universe take on what the world may be like seems pretty accurate. There is a common sense element that other movies just like to ignore for dramatic effects, but that's what makes Zombieland special, guys. The rules that Columbus makes are what people really should follow in case this situation rises. They would actually work low-key. The sequel starts off on a great pace. Tallahassee, Columbus, Wichita, and Little Rock look like zombie killing pros in front of the White House. Just some slow motion kills with the rock music was pretty memorable. Great opening scene, I must say. As the film moves on, you see the family dynamic, which to see where they came from in the first movie is pretty pleasing. Would you guys move into the White House if this really happened? It's just a random question. I don't know. I don't think I would. Maybe a one-time thing, but yeah, anyway. Just after I say that, I get heartbroken. The family is broken up and they part ways after Columbus proposes to Wichita and Little Rock is looking for her first boyfriend. This was just sad to watch. I mean, was it just me or were you guys disappointed too? I wanted them to be a gang, a powerhouse, ride through the whole movie together. That should be a rule in itself, never split up. But yeah, the journey begins when Wichita comes back a month later and Little Rock is missing with her new man bun boyfriend, Berkeley. Before that though, we get our newest member of the crew, Madison. Man, Madison. Not gonna lie, her role in the film didn't work for me. She was just annoying. I don't know, she really didn't have any scenes where I laughed or found pleasure in watching her, just chat it up. It seemed very misplaced. I mean, to be honest, I guess her scene with the Uber references was pretty okay, pretty funny, but just another example of the movie dropping some current pop culture topics that are going on right now. So at this point, we learn that the zombies are actually changing and that there are a few different types running around. You got homers, which are just dumb and slow and don't waste your bullets on them. The smart ones, called Hawkins. You can figure that one out yourself. The ninjas, which are sneaky and hard to see coming, which they didn't actually showcase a lot in the movie after they let us know. That's kind of disappointing. There should have been a scene where they were in, a dark abandoned building and the ninjas were all in there. So that was pretty lame to show us a new zombie type and then not show us what it can do. But lastly, my favorite reference, the T-800. I mean, hilarious. I loved it. And Terminator Dark Fate is just around the corner as well, so just perfect timing. And they used the hell out of that reference the entire movie. But yeah, overall, the zombie types was just a great idea. It added to the story and changed the situations up. I mean, zombies these days are usually upgraded in some ways, but I'm glad they weren't too crazy to keep the universe grounded and not just some supernatural, glowing eye zombies who can't be killed, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, the humor for me obviously came from Woody Harrelson's character, Tallahassee. That might be the case for most people. He's the wild card, for sure. His anger issues and potty mouth never get old. He swears the most in the film, and his skills are just unmatched. I'm glad that he's still, a top-notch zombie killing pro. Definitely my favorite character. He had some funny Elvis obsessions, although I don't resonate, with Elvis or anything like that. So Jesse Eisenberg, aka Columbus, I thought carried himself well throughout the sequel. Explaining more rules and better at being a zombie killer. Man, I'm glad the two hunters who reminded us of Tallahassee and Columbus got killed. I did not want him to be throughout the whole movie or him end up being his brother by some crazy chance. I thought that's what it was in the trailer, so that did throw me. But yeah, I didn't want them to live 2 seconds longer than they did. That was a pretty nice action scene. One continuous scene when they were fighting in Nevada's house, Rosie Dawson's house. Pretty crazy, It looked like all one take, so that was interesting. As for Emma Stone, not a whole lot to review on her. Her character didn't change for better or worse. Just a kind of, hard-ass older sister, girlfriend type. Still a decent zombie killer as well. Fast forwarding to them finding Little Rock in Babylon, Man, the name of the safe havens these days are always just funny, just super epic. But it wasn't too hard finding her. Like, you think it would have been, harder to find her, in a time like this, but no, they found her pretty easy. I mean, yeah, just the pace of the film, was pretty quick. I mean, Tallahassee decides to leave and part ways with the crew. Unfortunately, they have melted all the guns when he sees a horde of T-800s are on the way. You would think the fireworks would be an obvious note, right? I mean, come on, like, these people can't be that stupid to where they're releasing fireworks that often, and that was just a kind of a hole in the film. I don't know. But this was a nice attempt to set up a climax. I mean, a big battle at Babylon. Just as things are getting grim for the main gang, Nevada shows up once again to save the day with the monster truck. Never will I complain about Rosie O'Dawson showing up anywhere. But during this, you kind of realize that the fun of the third act isn't really there. I mean, the original, if you guys remember, they're in the amusement park running around. They got split up, and it's just all over the place. This didn't have that. That's what they should have aimed for. Having no guns and being in Babylon, that setting just wasn't the best idea. It just limited the film for the third act, and it's always hard to top the original, but hey, no excuses. The finale of the zombies falling off the cliff was pretty clever, just not pleasing to watch. I mean, the climax was pretty quick though, let's be real. Like nothing really stood out in the climax of this movie. Nothing. Next thing I know, Columbus and Wichita are getting married again and everyone's partying. I mean, the movie ended so quickly. Like, there's not much to even wrap up. There's not even much to talk about. It was just a quick climax and a quick ending. So overall, guys, the characters stayed true to themselves and the movie had humor and good gore effects. It was always good to see Tallahassee, but the story was a little weak and the climax wasn't as epic as the first. But worth the watch. It's October, Halloween's around the corner, some funny references. Definitely worth $5, guys. I'd say go check it out. Emma Stone mentioned that they should do a sequel every 10 years, and I'd be okay with that. Just follow the #1 rule next time. Keep the gang together. That's all I got for you guys. Just a quick little review. Enjoy all the content coming out, and please support our haunted house by showing up on Halloween. It's from 7 to 10:30. The info is located on our Instagram. I'll put the link in the description below. Otherwise, guys, that's all I got. Thanks for listening. Keep it locked here on I Go Hard Podcast for all things entertainment. Peace.